Hi, Stephen. Thanks for joining us today. The Unity 4.0 Trust Study was used to facilitate your board workshop. What was your first thoughts when you were presented with the Unity 4.0 result for CHARIS? In what way was the result useful to help CHARIS build trust and unity?
Firstly, the framework was extremely useful, right? To get us thinking on a common page or a common structure, right? In terms of collecting thoughts, opinions, so that we can plan for the future. I think the results themselves specifically, gave us a good indication of what is the common opinion across board and staff. Again, there were slight nuances between what the staff thought and perhaps what the board thought. So it brings us, even closer in unifying between board and staff, which is always a constant challenge that we have, especially in non-profits, right, where we have staff who may not perhaps be paid commercial salaries, and a lot of them do it for the passion of, or perhaps their own ideals of how they think certain things should be done. That's why they work for us. So it was interesting, from the results to get a validation of how they were thinking, and then from the board perspective as well. We've got board members who are quite varied in their professions, right? Everyone from lawyers to doctors to people who do full-time jobs in social service organizations, people from technology. So it's quite varied in terms of our backgrounds. And I think this common framework, right, gave me, I guess, as the chairman of CHARIS and our broader EXCO in CHARIS as well, a glimpse into how our board members were thinking, right, given their diverse backgrounds and perhaps the committees that they were chairing as well. In terms of what they thought about the overall CHARIS. So it was interesting findings. I think there were some commonalities across everyone's thinking, but in certain aspects, there were also quite diverse views, right? Depending on which angle you come from, or what is your background, or even your role within CHARIS. So it was good to look at the results, consider the diversity and try to find strength in that diversity as well. So yeah, so it definitely unified us. It definitely helped to also build more trust with even between the board and the staff as well, because I think we were very clear that we value the staff's inputs as the board sets a strategic direction, how to move forward, and that gave the staff a good sense of that it is a kind of a co-formulation or a co-creation between board and staff for the future of CHARIS, right? It definitely fortified the trust between us. I think even among the board members, it kind of brought, a new level of unity and trust as well among the board members. And of course, arising from the results of, what came out, our next step, of course, is then to say, in a broader ecosystem of our key partners, beneficiaries, stakeholders, how do we further improve unity and trust, in those aspects, right? Because to some degree, those people were not involved in the strategy workshops that Consulus, facilitated for us. So now with the thinking, with the frameworks, I think we also have some guidance on how we should be engaging them so that we similarly extend the benefits to them as well.